Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Harrison and I am going to discuss my favorite best management practice, which is the dairy loafing lot management system. Dairymen are utilizing what's known as a loafing lot. These lots are typically bare soil located outside the free stall barn and away from the feed bunk areas. These lots allow dairy cows on soil and off concrete for 4 to 14 hours per day. This also allows the cows to have a space to use for behaviors other than feeding and lying down, such as exercise. Loafing lots provide a lot of benefits to dairy cows. Loafing lots reduces stress and allows cows to maintain muscle tone and mobility. This increase in exercise decreases foot and leg problems. Foot and leg problems are a major reason for the 35% level of culling cows from Virginia dairy herds each year. This is due to the extended time cows spend on concrete with little exercise. Cows also tend to express stronger signs of heat on soil compared to concrete, which improves reproductive rates. Another benefit is that there is more distribution of manure and urine. Less manure inside will save the farmers a great deal of time to perform other activities. The last benefit that I am going to discuss is the reduction in common diseases. Less crowding and more airflow allow the risk of spreadable diseases to decrease, which keeps the herd healthy. Healthy cows equal more profitability, which equals happy farmers. However, with the benefits I just went over, there are some environmental and economic concerns. Throughout the year, most commonly during the winter, bare soil loafing lots are often wet and become muddy, which can cause environmental mastitis and reproductive infections. This decreases milk profit for farmers, as the milk has to be discarded until the individual is back to 100% health. These muddy conditions may also present a poor image to the general public, as they view this as where the milk they consume comes from. Another concern regarding the wet and muddy conditions is that this will cause cows to have muddy udders. Farmers will have to take the time to wash each cow's bag before proceeding to milk. This will add time to the farmer's day that they do not have to spare. There are a couple of guidelines that have been established and are recommended for loafing lot systems. Clean drinking water should be readily available in the barn or can also be provided in the lot. There should also be easily accessible shading in each paddock. A minimum of 3 grass paddocks should be established to allow for rotation. The area should have an adequate slope of around 4 to 10% for effective surface drainage, but should not be so steep that operating equipment becomes unsafe. It is also recommended that you allow an acre of grass sod in each paddock for every 15 to 20 cows. An electric fence system should be installed with 2 to 5 strands of wire. There are many management practices involved with loafing lots. The need for rotation of lactating cows from one paddock to another. This will also depend on the condition of the lot. Cows should have readily available feed and water in the barn. The purpose of the paddock is not for grazing. With a balanced ration being provided, the cows should graze very little. There is a lot of maintenance that goes into loafing lots. Fescue will grow in the paddock, which needs to be mowed periodically to maintain its vegetative growth and sod density. Weeds will also likely occur and will need to be mowed or sprayed. For the problem and barriers to adoption, I found a survey that was conducted for barriers to the adoption of management-intensive grazing among dairy farmers in the northeastern United States. Surveys were used from almost 1,000 dairy farmers in Vermont, Pennsylvania, New York, and Maryland during the spring of 2007. Questions on the survey included herd size, milk production, land use, farmer characteristics, management practices, future plans, and feeding and grazing practices. The survey found that 13% of dairy producers were using management-intensive grazing, 40% were using a confinement system, and 47% were using a traditional system. One barrier that was stated was skepticism from farmers. Most have been in the business for years and have already established a system that works well for them. And they do not like the idea of change. Milk production is also thought to decrease compared to confinement systems, which reduces the farmer's profitability. To wrap up my presentation on the dairy loafing lot management system, I have concluded that it does take a lot of planning and engineering to achieve. However, this can be an efficient system with careful management.